Hello, welcome to another Burgundy with Tweedy video. Very wintry afternoon. I think it is now above freezing. We've been below freezing on and off the last few days, haven't we? But 3-4 degrees, something like that. The frost has mostly gone, but it is feeling very, very wintry. More Gevrey Chambertin today. And this is a producer I had a different wine from recently. I think that was a Bourgogne Rouge or something, wasn't it? This is a producer called Gilbert et Christine Felettig, probably mispronouncing that. And it's a familiar vineyard that I seem to keep coming back to in Gevrey Chambertin. It's called La Justice. You can see that on the bottle there. It's not a Premier Cru vineyard or anything, but it is a named vineyard within Gevrey Chambertin. So I've had wine from at least 3 other different producers now, I think, from La Justice, and it's been very interesting to compare them. They're vastly different every time. I can't find any similarities, and it's a good lesson in the fact that really the producer makes so much difference. It's a 2019 vintage. 2019s have been doing really well, I think. It's a vintage that everybody seems to be quite pleased about. I've been enjoying them too. And this is the last of that most recent mixed case I bought from Four Walls Wine. I think there were 6 bottles in there. I have gradually worked my way through. For once I have vaguely reasonable lighting. It's a good hour or more before sunset, so there's, well, it's a little bit gloomy because it's winter, but I think we can give at least a vague assessment of the colour there. It's towards the sort of darker end of the spectrum, not particularly translucent either. When I try to look through that, it's fairly, what's the opposite, opaque. Before really giving it a decent swirl, I'm getting I think that could possibly be cherry-like aroma, sort of black cherry, possibly other stone fruit in that sort of area. Maybe that will open up a bit more with a bit more of a swirl. Yeah, lovely. Oh yeah, so definitely nice waft of, I think, dark cherry. I probably say this every time, I'm always veering towards dark cherry if the wine is dark. That's probably partly psychological. But yeah, very pleasant cherry aroma there. There might be a hint of something slightly plummy, dark plums as well, but predominantly cherry. Nice and clean as well. I'm not at the moment noticing any secondary characters there. Pretty much just nice, pure, dark cherry on the nose. Okay, shall we give this a first sip? And that is a very good start. It is rich, quite concentrated, quite intense. I'm getting a little bit of a background there of sort of papery, fine papery tannins, but I don't mind that at all. Nice balance there as well. It's almost immediately my kind of thing, I think. Rich, condensed, intense. More cherry character coming across on the palate there. Possibly some hints of savoury character there, relatively subtle. There could almost be something a tiny bit mushroomy. I know that sounds like a weird mix with cherry, mushrooms and cherries. Something in that sort of, in a delicate, subtle way. Something slightly savoury as well. And there is a smooth but mineral dimension to that as well. It's doing quite a lot actually, with a little bit more swirling. I'm tempted to go a tiny bit Black Forest Gatto here, subtly cocoa-y, vanilla-y. Yeah, but now maybe some secondary character is coming in, and there's maybe a little bit of flavoured pipe tobacco, one of those, is vanilla flavoured pipe tobacco a thing, something like that. I think I got a slight flash of something earthy as well, a little bit, yeah, perhaps that's the mushroom character again, something slightly Sous-Bois, forest floor kind of character, which wasn't there to begin with. I was just getting pure cherry at the outset, which I was quite happy with. I always say this, but it could be environmental. I am sitting here in amongst all these decomposing leaves, so the Sous-Bois definitely could be coming from around me rather than the glass. But yeah, I feel like there is a tiny bit of something earthy in there, but again on the palate, lovely, rich, pure, dense cherry fruit character, and very nice. I mean, this is a style of Gevrey Chambertin that I really enjoy, and actually this is finally like that first producer, the other producer I had from this same vineyard, La Justice, Antonin Guillon. This is actually quite reminiscent of that. That was rich, condensed, cherry character. Probably says more about the fact that these two producers have similar house styles, similar winemaking styles, rather than any shared characteristic of that vineyard, but who knows, it could be that. That's really good, I'm pleased with that. I'm again getting, yeah, there really is something slightly earthy, almost faintly funky. I don't quite want to say manure, but it's got a sort of, a faint hint of things on the forest floor other than rotting leaves. I mean, it probably is just the way the rotting leaves are manifesting, and again, it could well be environmental, I don't know. But yeah, just a tiny bit of funk. I don't remember that being in the Antonin Guillon Lagessis Gevrey Chambertin. That was a lot purer. But that aside, I think this is coming in a very close second, and it's really nice if you can just sort of get past that slight bit of rotting vegetable matter, or possibly not vegetable matter. I might just leave it there. I'll probably sit here for a while and enjoy another glass or two, but I'm not sure if I can be bothered to do any more tasting notes, so hopefully that's a reasonable summary. I overall think that's very good. Rich, condensed, intense, cherry, everything I like in Gevrey Chambertin. So good stuff from Gilbert et Christine Felettig. Cheers.